Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Full Package RC. We are here tonight with myself, Bob. I am joined tonight by Aaron,
What's up?
Mike,
Hey, Self Bob and Aaron.
and we also have a guest with us tonight who we've interviewed before, so he's a guest, but tonight he's going to be more of a co-host to cover the topics at hand, and that is Mr. Kyle Spieles.
Hey guys.
You got it right. You got it
You
right.
like that? He's the only one I went with the last name for, though. Everybody else knows who we are by now. So tonight, we're going to kind of keep it simple, just go over a couple different topics. The main topic we're going to go over is Ircha. Since it's coming up, we're going to go over a few things there. But before we get to all that, let's do the little round table. It's been a bit since we haven't recorded for a bit. Let's catch up and see what's going on with everybody. Who would like to go first?
I think Mike needs to go first.
I can go first.
There you go. Mr. Mike Slobomynovsky.
Thanks.
What's new with you?
Appreciate that, Bob.
That's no problem. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I know. So not a whole lot going on. Been working like crazy. We did have a little club picnic a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And Bob, you actually came out and crashed the party.
Yep.
So, but we could dig into that a little bit when it's your time around, because I do want to kind of get your experience of it, because it was something different that we've never done before. We decided to do a pig roast. And my view of it was just madness and constant running back and forth, like always when we do something at our club. Always seem to have like somebody pulling me 20 different directions. But as far as flying, I think I got like 2 flights in that weekend. No, 3 flights. I did one successful one. I did end up crashing my Nitron 90.
R.I.P.
And I crashed my little S2 pretty bad. I was doing inverted blade scrapes. That, like, like we slide down the runway on our skids, the blacktop runway. We'll get going and just like put the skids on the ground and make it slide. I was doing that inverted with the blades, and I think I got a little bit too fast and tried to flip it back up on the skids and end up snapping the head block in half somehow. So
somehow,
yeah, it was pretty bad. I've never crashed an S2 that bad before. That's definitely the most parts I've had to buy for one.
And it still only cost you what, $15 to fix?
Yeah, well, I did have some of the parts, so I think you're probably about right. It was probably about $20 in parts to buy.
Just listed on the for sale sites. Only test Hubbard.
Right, yeah. Yeah, low flight count. I did end up buying a couple things. Those guys were flying those night radians. I used to have one when they first came out, and I kind of missed flying those at night. They're fun to fly around at the Fun Fly. So I ordered one of those.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have that
Are
for
you going to keep it stock?
Oh yeah. It'll just be something to cruise around with at Ircha at nighttime or whatever, or at our club.
I will tell you, if you don't know, they do make a plug-in light adapter that allows you to use like your scroller bar on a radio. And instead of like having 4 or 5 presets, you can have like 15 presets of different lights that you can change while you're in the air, instead of having to decide what color configuration you want while you're on the ground still, because you have to like push a button. You can actually change it while it's flying using the scroller bars.
I'll have to look into that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool. It's like $35, but it's worth every penny because it puts on a pretty good show. It really doesn't do it justice for how amazing the lights are on that Radian.
Yeah, I have to check that out. That'd be pretty fun. I did end up ordering one of those little micro Radians too. That thing looked kind of cool. I had somebody give me one a while ago, and then I gave it away to somebody else and never flew it.
They're fun.
Once I ordered the big one, I seen the little one on the website, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Little micro one I could throw in the camper or whatever.
Yeah, they fly good.
Yeah.
You'll like that, yeah.
Do they I think it has the AS3X stuff in it too, which would be pretty cool to feel on a micro, because usually the micros are a little darty.
Yeah, these aren't. They're pretty docile. I think you'll enjoy it.
Pretty somber.
Yeah, sweet. Other than that, I still haven't found a good enough deal on a Pro Moto. I did have a guy local here on Marketplace I was trying to do some dealing with, but he actually thought I bought it, and we were supposed to meet up on the weekend, and then I see that the listing was marked sold before the weekend got here. So apparently he had different plans, but nice. I was definitely going to get it. I got him down to $300. I was like, ooh, if I could pick that up for $300, I'm definitely buying one. But I can't justify spending almost $600 on a RC dirt bike that I'm probably going to use
every time you go out. Trust me, they are a blast.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that I've really been up to, other than work and all that boring stuff.
That's good. That's a lot going on. It's a nice little update. So, what about you, Aaron? Anything new and exciting?
Yes and no. I'll keep it short and sweet. Finished. I know I've talked about it a couple of times. Finished new drift chassis for the RC drifting. Don't know if I'm gonna have it ready for tomorrow night because I know we plan on doing some drifting tomorrow night.
Yep.
But at least that's all pretty much sorted where it's ready to go to the track and test. I think they're gonna be doing one of the local tracks we live within a couple hours of is doing like an LP86 night. And that's the newer chassis I built, so it's should be pretty cool. It's just like a weight shift drift night. Other than that, honestly, nothing new. Just been working like crazy. Third shift and daytime med training is absolutely sucking up all my time. So pretty much RC drifting and work is about it right now.
Don't you love adulting?
Yeah, it's all worth it though. It'll all be worth it.
Oh yeah, in the long run, it definitely will.
What about you? What's new with you?
Well, let's since Kyle's kind of co-hosting, let's hit up Kyle here first. See what he's got going on new. What you have going on lately?
The event that I hosted at the beginning of May at the Buckeye Blade Scrape, unfortunately ended up being pretty much a washout. Thursday was probably the nicest day, and there was just a couple people that came to the club on Thursday afternoon, and so I probably got about 10 flights in Thursday, and then Friday we decided it was a good idea to have 35 to 40 mile an hour winds all day. So we were pretty much just holding on to our canopies all day long, and then Saturday the rain came pretty much all day, and it was about 40 degrees. So unfortunately, that event was kind of a rain out, but my June has been extremely busy. We started the month in Saranac, Michigan, at an event called Chopper Fest. Nice little turnout, smaller event, but a lot of great people putting that on. And boy, this place in Saranac called Walter RC Park. There's stuff to do all the time. They've got off-road dirt tracks and oval dirt tracks and giant crawler courses for all size crawlers, and of course a beautiful field. They've got a geotech runway, which is something that we don't see a lot of here in Ohio, but so that was kind of cool to see that as well. But that event went pretty well. Then from there we went to Cincinnati to the Cincy Smackdown. Flew there for a few days, and then we wrapped up the month in Chicago, Illinois at the Chi-Town Fun Fly. And besides the traffic getting to Chicago, it was a good time, and got to see some of the people there that we only see a couple times a year. So that's a big thing I like about traveling to all these events is it's such a good close-knit family of people that you see at some of these events. And you know, when you leave, they're always saying, "What's the next one you're going to be at?" You know, you always look forward to seeing them again. So it's been a whirlwind of a month of June. July is a little bit slower this month, but we're gearing up for Ircha. So we're fine tuning all the helicopters and just making sure everything's in line so that we're ready for the first week of August.
I hear you, brother.
Nice.
That's for sure. Yeah.
So Kyle, that place in Michigan, that's all at one location, the track and the crawler course?
Yes.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually the crawler course, and the actual runway is an actual club, and then the off-road courses and the dirt oval courses is ran actually by the county.
Wow.
But yeah, it's an amazing facility. Probably one of my favorite ones to go to because as I mentioned on the last podcast I was on, we do all facets of the hobby, and so I am running around crazy all week long. It's if charging batteries, I think I looked at my battery charge. I think I charged like 70 batteries for the 4 days that I was there. So
Jeez.
Wow.
but that's a lot of fun, and you know, Janelle, my wife, she loved doing the crawlers and then playing on the dirt oval and stuff as well. So it's kind of a chance for me to still do what I love, but also do something that she enjoys as well. So that's kind of a nice change of pace rather than just going to the heli events where she's not able to get involved as much. So it's still a lot of fun.
But from what I see, she'll be a little more involved going forward because I see she's been starting to fly.
She has. We picked up a Gooski E2 GPS, that red and white one that they had recently come out with, and she said she doesn't know 100% if she wants to fully, fly helicopters, but she at least wants to know what we're talking about when we're sitting around the bonfires at night or all the podcasts that she listens to. She wants to have a little bit better understanding on that. So she thought this would be a nice way to do it, and I agreed. So she's put about 15 flights on it now. She's moving around well, and that's a heck of a bird for somebody that's just starting out.
Yeah, nice. Well, tell her to make sure she gets lots of practice because, we're going to come out there and do a video with her flying for the RC Speed Racer channel. So
okay, I will do that. I'll put some pressure on her.
There you go. Tell her
I came home one day and she was on the Heli X sim on the computer, and I'm looking at what helicopter she's flying, and it's some weird like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's got like the skids are like antlers, and it's got I'm like, where did you even find that? She's like, well, it was in the list of available helicopters, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I'm like, oh, we're in this for two different reasons, but hey, as long as you're having fun.
Whatever the reasons are and you're flying, having fun, that's it.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, for me, I haven't done a whole lot lately. Been doing, as everybody, a lot of working. Have some other stuff I've been working at as well. Hobby-wise, I sort of hit a point where in all honesty, I was a little bit burned out and I needed to find that rejuvenation a little bit. And I sort of did. I did find that and was able to start working on my stuff again. I think when I won last show, right before that, when I won that OMP M6, I think that did it. It sort of sparked me a little bit to get that built. And I flew that and it flies like a dream. And that kind of got me going again a little bit. So it got me re-excited about flying and doing the heli thing again. Because I've been doing a lot of drifting.
Nothing to get your mojo going, like free stuff, huh?
Well, technically, I mean, it's $40, so it wasn't free.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Plus, it ends up costing you a bunch of money to kit it out and everything.
Well, I stole it. So. I stole all the parts from my 770. I had a Goblin 770, so I stole everything except the motor. So I did have to buy a motor for the M6, but all the other parts were donated from the 770, which then I sold that airframe. So I no longer have that bird.
Perfect.
But it is what it is. We were able to move on, and I like the 600 size 6S machine. I just like how it flies. It's great. But yeah, so then I went out to, as Mike said earlier, just a couple weeks ago, they had their little pig roast event club thing going on. I've made it's about a 5-hour trip to get out there. I guess I made that trip often enough to be out at that field that, they decided to make me a member for the weekend and invited me out, which I was very grateful for. Although then they said they were having a pig roast and they asked me what size apple I could fit in my mouth. So I was a little worried going into it, but, I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but no. It ended up being a great time, actually. We got there and had probably one of the craziest storms come in a way that I'm not sure I can remember the last time. We literally, Friday morning, we were sitting under a canopy. Mike made us some breakfast. We're sitting there. We look at the sky and went, it looks a little dark. Something must be moving in. And I swear to God, it was within like maybe 2 minutes. It was like a wall of wind. It went from nothing to everything. Took my hat, went flying. Stuff started flying everywhere. Everybody retreated into their campers real quick to come out a little later and find Mike's canopy did not fare too well. His one canopy.
Oh, no. I got a different point of view of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So go ahead. I'll let you take that part then, and then I'll pick back up again.
So we retreated into the camper, and it was like I was on like the front edge of where the wind was hitting, and it was blowing like crazy. So I'm looking out the window, keeping an eye on the canopies, and my smaller 10x10 just folds in half like a taco, and it's hanging by one of the straps. I had it strapped to the ground, and it's blowing straight towards like everybody else's camper. I'm like, son of a gun, I got to go out there and rip this thing down, because if that one strap lets go, it's going to blow right into these guys' cars or campers or whatever. So I got to go out and wrestle this thing in this wind. So I'm out there trying to get the Velcro straps and stuff to get the top loose and just let it go. And I could not for the life of me. That thing was wrapping around me. And so I just started grabbing and pulling. I was tearing it, just started ripping the top and tore it to shreds, got it all balled up and shoved into a safe place. And then Dana comes out and she's yelling that the big canopies are starting to lift out of the ground. And it took we have like those dog tie out things that we spin in the ground and we put ratchet straps to hold those things down. So it bent the top pieces was just bending them, like pulling them up. They weren't coming out of the ground, but it was bending them and getting slack in the straps. And we had Mitch ended up looking out and Paul, one of the other guys out there. We're all hanging on the canopy while one of us is going around trying to cinch all the straps back down, and it was a hell of an experience.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see from the vantage point where I was at, where our camper was. I couldn't see any of it going on, or I would have come out to try to help.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. Definitely one of the worst storms I've seen like come through when we had canopies and stuff up. And
he's so full of shit too. He would not have hoped.
He would have had his camera sticking out the window.
Yeah, he would have been the first person watching and laughing.
Yeah,
no, I would not have. I would have been laughing
it to RC Speed Racer.
Go check it out on YouTube. Canopy blows away.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. Then finally that all blew away, and then Bob comes out and the birds are chirping and stuff. He's like, "What happened?"
Oh wait, except partway through the storm, I had to run out and secure the doors for your shed, because they were they were slapping all over the place, because when nobody closed those, and one of them kept coming out and just barely clipping the side of the camper I was in, so they were smacking around. So I did run out in the rain to do that. I just never saw you guys over at your with your issues, but luckily it didn't last long. It went through fairly quick, but that was an experience. It was fun, made for a good time. But the rest of the time was good. It was good flying. I got some flights on my Tron 700 Dynamic. I had some flights on my OMP M6, and then I had my little OMP M2, which I've had for about 2 years. I was putting some really good flights on that, feeling really comfortable up until everything went wrong and it hit the ground with a really hard thud. The tail sort of went a little beyond 90 degrees, bent some other stuff, so I was done with that for the weekend. But again, I had some parts and ordered $20 worth of parts, and it's fixed and up and ready to go again. So I'll have that ready to go at Ircha, just to see what happens to it there. But the Saturday night they did the pig roast. Actually, I should back up. Friday, it was the preparation for the pig roast. And then the pig went on 5 or 5:30 in the morning, Saturday morning. And then Mike and Mitch Booth were tending to it all day pretty much. And it turned out to be some fantastic meat. I mean, everything went great. I thought the meal ended up being really good. Real happy with, I thought, how everything went for the weekend overall. I had a real good time, and I was real glad that, I was able to be part of that, for part of their club meeting, or our club picnic, I should say, rather than not meeting. But yeah, it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed it. That was the first time I've ever done a pig roast or been to a pig roast, and I don't know if you guys have done one before, but like when we took that thing off, the bones were literally like falling out of the thing. It was so tender. It was pretty amazing.
Oh, the best part is one of the guys was like deathly afraid of the pig, as they were had it split open and they're stuffing the apples and garlic and everything into this thing's gut. So me being me, he's trying to stand within a few feet away from it, hold his arms, and be real careful about what he's doing. He wanted to take some pictures, so I came up behind him when he wasn't ready, hooked my arm around him, and just started taking him real close to the pig. And he screamed like a little schoolgirl and took off and told me he almost shit his pants. So it was pretty funny. So Paul, if you're listening, sorry about that, buddy, but it was pretty damn funny.
That was pretty funny. You guys had him going all weekend with that thing.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff. But yeah, great time. That's for sure. So that's kind of everything I had going on since then. That's about it.
Sweet.
So if we're all caught up on that stuff, now we can move on to some other good stuff. The next big event coming up, everybody knows, is Ircha. This event rolls around the first week of August every year. It is by far the biggest helicopter event pretty much in the world. I know at one point it was actually the largest RC event in the world as far as numbers and everything, but it has since dropped off. The new board, Ircha board members, are doing a fantastic job bringing this thing back around, making it back into something that it used to be and even better. So I think they're on the right direction. Last year, I thought was a great time. This year is actually turning out with some of the stuff they're planning. They just want it to be a good time for the pilots, everybody to have a good time, and basically for it to be not only a fun fly, but kind of like a big old party. And I think it's going to turn out to be just that, which it should be. But when you go to a big event, we'll talk about just for Ircha in itself before we cover specifics of the event. What type of stuff would you say is a must-have thing with you, or that one or two things you have to have with you, other than obviously your batteries, heli, and transmitter? What kind of things do you think you have to have with you when you go to any event? Aaron, I'll start with you.
Ooh, I'll start off at least specifically for Ircha. If you want to make an Ircha fun, it's making an Ircha convenient and super accessible is rent you a golf cart or get some sort of electric means of transport. Get a little electric scooter, bite the bullet, rent a golf cart, get a one wheel, do whatever you got to do. Because there's nothing like, an event going on over where they do the speed stuff and like F3C flying to want to go check that out. And if you try and walk Ircha, you will be tired in less than a day. I mean, with the difference between all the walk into center stage, the walk into other fields, and you also unlock some extra food options at Ircha when you walk further. But it really, you'll wipe yourself out. So I think that is huge. Beyond that, sunscreen. I was a dumbass last year and did not and got more sun poisoning. I would say those are the two main ones that are like an essential for me for a big fun fly like that.
Okay.
Beyond, I would say an extra heli. If I'm taking a 700, I would also at least take a 5 to 600 as a backup. Always have a backup heli, because don't fly like a bitch. Make sure you just have a backup machine. If you're flying like a bitch, they're gonna make fun of you. So just have a little basic backup machine or backup airframe. That way, if something goes wrong, you can swap everything over, have another backup heli. And yeah, those are the three key things for me.
2 or 3, you definitely got a little bit ahead of us on this one, but they're great points for sure. We'll circle around to 2 of those things for sure. Mike, what do you think? What do you think is something that you just need to pack and have at any event?
Whiskey.
Yeah, yes. All right.
No, I don't even drink whiskey. I tried. I can't get into it. For me, I would say personally somewhere with some air conditioning to go cool off. Like being able to retreat into the camper and just take like 10 minutes. It feels like you're showing up at a whole different event, when you're all soggy and gross and, just miserable. You go in, cool off, maybe grab a shower or something, and you come out of the camper feeling like it's a brand new day. So yeah, that's definitely something, if you're going to an event that's more than a day, which typically helicopter events are. Yeah, that's probably the main thing for me.
Okay.
Other than the obvious stuff, helis,
so
radios, stuff like that.
Mike and I are big convenience guys. We're big, making the fun flies convenient.
Yeah. All right. What about you,
yeah,
Kyle?
I like the convenience aspect of it for sure. So I try to bring as many helicopters that I have room for in my vehicle. I'm lucky enough that I can drive to Ircha. So I try to bring multiple helis or helis that maybe been sitting on the shelf that need some extra love that week or something, because I'll be there, for the week. And so I bring as many helis as I can fit. But one thing that some people kind of downplay, but I've learned very quickly over the years, is I always bring extra clothing. Whether you get stuck in a rainstorm or, when you're in Indiana, it can be 90 during the day, and then in the nighttime, it can be down in the 50s and 60s. And a lot of people don't pack, that one sweatshirt or that pair of jeans or the rain boots or something like that, just to keep the feet dry. So that's something that, you just look at a forecast and say, well, it's going to be 90, just grab T-shirts and shorts. But it does sometimes get a little bit chilly. So that's definitely on my list of things to pack as well. So we try to do that, and at some of the bigger events like Ircha, we like to bring a little extra food because there's always people that appreciate free food, and normally we like cooking a lot of it. So we try to bring a little bit of extra, different foods during the day and night, and there's of course food that's available there with food trucks on some of the days, but we always like to have that extra. So if we want something, late night or whatever around a bonfire, we can cook something up.
Nice, yeah.
The shoes thing is great because I definitely pack 2 sets of shoes, like bring an extra pair of shoes or boots or whatever, because that's
you're mostly on your
feet get wet, man, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, you're on your feet a bunch. Not to mention the dew on the grass in the morning. Your feet will get wet, and if you're not bringing extra pairs of socks or some like rain boots or something in the mornings, a lot of times it's just it makes for a very long day.
Yeah,
if you try and do if you try and do Ircha at night without a hoodie, that is absolutely miserable. It gets freezing.
Yes, that it does.
Yeah, that event I was just at in Michigan, it was the first week of June, and I looked at the forecast and I'm like, all right, no big deal. It's supposed to be, mid 80s during the day. Night's supposed to get a little bit cool, so I packed like 1 pair of jeans and 1 sweatshirt. I got up the second day of the event and there was frost on the runway, and I'm like, oh, I did not plan enough for this. You just got to plan for all weather all the time.
I think one thing I think you definitely want to pack, especially when you go to like Ircha or any big event, is that for myself is a nice comfortable camping chair, folding camping chair.
Good one.
Definitely have something like that with, depending on what point you cruise up through Ircha, pick a spot when they're doing some flying and you just want to plop your ass down, sit for a little while. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I'm an old fat guy. I'm not going to just keep standing there and walking around. I want to sit down and relax a little bit and just kind of enjoy and watch some flying. Folding camping chair just because it's easier to either throw in your golf cart, throw around your shoulder, depending on what you're doing, just to make it easy to travel back and forth. But I think a good, comfortable chair, and even to have, like if you have a camper, you want to sit outside, you want a nice, comfortable place to sit. So I think that's something, that you'd want to have. Other than obviously all the stuff you guys said is really good as well, but that's some of the stuff I think you just want to have as your go-to for sure. But,
yeah, I disagree. I don't bring extra pants with me to Fun Flies. I enjoy shitting my pants day one and just festering in it,
Wait till you get further in your 30s.
And you shit your pants twice a day? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you'll be bringing extra underwear and baby wipes with you too.
Nice. Wow. I am so proud to have these guys as co-hosts on this show. What can I say? So backing up, and now we're going to go like Ircha specific. And this is where, Aaron, his first go-to that hit. So
I have more Ircha specific, so it's okay.
We'll get there. But has anyone gone to Ircha and not rented a golf cart at all? Any, Kyle?
I have.
Like, you have?
Yeah.
Have you?
Last year I didn't rent a golf cart, but we bought electric scooters.
You had a motor transportation though. You had an electric scooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So me and Mike were mobbing around on those.
Yeah, we're having way more fun than you were in that gay golf cart.
So, but have you gone to Ircha, not rented a golf cart, and not had a secondary mode of transportation like that, and had to walk everywhere?
I did probably 20 years ago. I did, but you learn your lesson pretty quick.
Yes.
Yeah, I think my first year I went without any way of getting around, and I was just driving back and forth looking for parking spots.
Yeah,
it was pretty.
For the newcomers that have never been there. Sorry about that. You don't understand how long the flight line is if you have never been there. You hear stories, but until you walk that flight line the first time and you think, oh, I'll get it. I've got it. No big deal. You have no idea how long that flight line is until you make that trip once.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Our first year, we rented a camper and had it delivered, and it was in the campground, which is even further than the flight line. Like it's probably almost 3 times the distance of the flight line to get to the campground. And it was like, there's no way you're walking this. You're driving back and forth.
Yeah. Our first year was 2012 when we went. We had no idea what to expect and did not rent a golf cart. Aaron was obviously much younger, so he was fine. He was walking all over the place and he was good. But after I walked so many times the flight line back and forth and was all over the place, by the time that event was over, I was cooked. I was whooped. It was till Saturday hit, walking back and forth, my legs felt like they were jello and they were going to fall apart. It was crazy. After our first year, I was pretty spent and made up my mind at that point that any year going forward, I'm getting a golf cart. I'm not doing that ever again. Now this year, I've been trying to debate whether or not I wanted to get a golf cart because I have a really nice e-bike. And I think I might take my e-bike, but I still have a golf cart reserved just in case I want it. Who knows? I may end up having both. I'm not sure yet at this point, but at least I have a backup plan for sure.
Yeah, I find that from the camper to our pit or even the flight line, we just carry so much stuff. You may still want that golf cart.
Yeah, and that's why
it's nice to have just as a flat surface to put your transmitter box on, or a heli or two, or batteries, and it might be tough to do on the e-bike.
Yeah, I think the main reason for my golf cart is traveling stuff around, but I also having that little bit of a roof overhead.
Yep.
I've
little protection from the sun.
Yeah, and this year with different little health issues, some of the medications they have me on, to be honest, do make me a little more sun sensitive. So I think there's times I'm going to want to, a little exercise, cruise the e-bike, and cover the ground. But I think I'm going to want the golf cart if I'm going to want to sit somewhere, just cruise around and shoot the shit with people and just kind of relax. I think it'll be nice because I can still have a little bit of shade.
Yeah, the biggest thing I would say having the golf cart for is the night flying. At least I know Kyle can attest to this because he was sitting basically right next to us. If you're not in a golf club or a golf cart at night, it is awful trying to get out of there. Everyone's driving golf carts everywhere. It is a madhouse. Do yourself a favor, just make your life easy, rent a golf cart, at least for whatever night you're going to be there for night flying.
Yep, absolutely.
And the golf cart seats are a lot more comfortable than the hard aluminum bleachers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For sure. Basically, I think.
But yeah, Bob, so last year when we were doing the scooter thing, it worked, but the biggest drawback that I noticed and what made me get a golf cart this year, other than being there for a whole week, was the fact of when you go get some food or a drink, it was a pain in the ass to bring it back to your camper. I got coffee in the morning and I had a quarter of the coffee left by the time I made it back to the camper. It was just spilled everywhere. So just for, keep it in the back of your mind if you're still debating.
Although I will say the best part of you having your scooters was Aaron trying to hot dog and ended up eating shit. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a good time on those scooters.
Not trying to hot dog. Bitch, I was throwing down, and I just happened to eat some shit.
You totally ate shit.
Yeah, you did.
I just hit a patch of grass and dirt a little faster than I should have and ate some shit. Yep, I was throwing it down, though.
How were you throwing down?
What were you doing? In the X Games with them things.
What were you doing? You weren't doing any crazy stunts or anything?
No, we were
jumping over stuff.
We were going full throttle through the grass, topping them out, and then ripping the brakes and kicking the rear out.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. We were drifting them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
When I drifted, I hit a big rut, and it just locked up and threw me forward.
It was pretty good. I wish I would have had the camera rolling on that. It would have made good entertainment.
I'm bringing them again, so.
There you go. That'll be good. Bottom line is, when you're going to pack for Ircha, I think maybe make yourself a checklist. Probably the best thing to do, to make sure you got yourself covered for everything. And if you're not sure if you're taking enough, just take more. Take more batteries. Take more helis. You can never have enough because, like Aaron said, if you're going to fly, you don't want to fly like a bitch, and you want to fly hard. And sometimes you might not find the parts to get fixed, so you can set that heli aside and grab another one and go. So I guess one of the question I would have is, how many helis? What's the sweet number? Okay, go ahead.
I got a question for Kyle.
Yes.
Well, it's for everybody, but Kyle would be he's in a similar traveling situation as me, I think. So, now when you pack your helis, where do you put those? As far as, do you store them in your camper somewhere? Do you keep them in your truck? What's your process there?
Traveling with the helis, most of them will either sit on or lay on the bed.
Okay.
I do have, there's a company called Random Heli that makes skid clamps. That's really, really nice and really locks them down. I've used those as well, but I'm thankful enough that Ircha's about 2 hours away from me. So I I feel comfortable just laying them on their sides and transporting them on the beds. That way, I leave the bed of my truck available for generators and coolers and all that kind of stuff. I don't have to worry about them sliding into the helis.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing that I've been doing. Is I'll throw trash bags over the nitros, and I'll lay the dinette down like a bed.
Yep.
And I'll put a sleeping bag down, throw all the helis, like lay them on their side, and I'll wrap the sleeping bag around them, and then just throw some blankets on top to keep them from kind of bouncing around as we're going down the road. Seems to work pretty good so far.
Yeah, we put down like an extra sheet on the bed. That way the actual sheets don't get greasy and stuff like that. But but then we kind of bunch that sheet up and kind of use it as dividers too, just to kind of keep them from sliding into each other. But knock on wood, we haven't had any issues traveling with them that way.
What about you, Bob? How do you pack all your helis in your car when you bring in that much stuff?
Well, I used to have a board. I used a lot of those random heli clamps as well.
Yep.
But lately it just depends. I've been renting a camper, so I don't have some stuff I don't have to take with me. So it leaves me pretty much room in my car. And honestly, I don't take a lot of helis because unfortunately I do fly like a bitch. So I don't usually crash. And,
so how many is not a lot? How many are you bringing this year, Bob?
For me, I'm going to probably have 700. My OMP M6 and probably my little M2. That's it. And I'll probably have the two bigger helis, just sitting upright in the car or laid over and maybe wrapped in a blanket or something with my other stuff because I'll have plenty of room in my Explorer to fit my clothes, my heli stuff, and everything I need. Just because it's a good chance I'll be flying solo and I'll have the whole vehicle to myself for my stuff.
Yeah, I'll let you know my PTO.
Allegedly,
don't
allegedly flying. Allegedly flying solo.
Don't count me down and out yet. Come on now.
Well, that still won't add that much more. I got tons of room in that car, so.
They got all these different flavored Twisted Teas now, so he's got to try to figure out how to get there.
We'll be sipping on the Rocket Pop Twisted Tea in Indiana, baby. Come on, don't you worry.
We hope.
Don't you worry.
We hope you're going to be going because we got to get you on that the Ircha Cup thing that they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, is that a Saturday?
Yep. So
Saturday's my day to drink. I don't know if...
No, I don't even want to hear it. You already said you were going to do the stuff, so Saturday you're going to hold off on the drinking.
I'm doing the night flying.
Well, I do recall a conversation saying, "Don't let me drink that much because I want to do the competition."
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I want to do the night flying competition. Why? What's the daytime competition?
I don't know if
see a little bit about it. I saw there's like an expert and a pro. What's up with that?
Well, does anybody know? Are they doing that during the day or is it doing it at night?
There's two different classes. One is an invite only,
which is the master
and the
class.
other one, I believe they're limiting it to. They just expanded it. I think they're limiting it to 15 pilots. But I do not know how they are selecting those 15 pilots.
From what I saw,
from application.
The master class is invite only, and I think that's limited to 15. The expert class is, I think, anybody, and I don't think they're limiting any numbers.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The expert class, I think they're encouraging anyone to enter. Because they even said, like, even if you enter, you're not locked in at last minute. If you want, you can still cancel. So that's why I'm not sure if they're doing.
They did post that they're limiting the open to everybody one to 15 spots, and then whoever wins the expert gets a free invitation into the
bump to the
master class.
Well, how do they go from open to anyone to only limit to 15?
Well, anybody can apply, but they're only taking 15 applications, I guess.
Okay, that goes against what I originally saw. They said anyone, is eligible to enter, and they were looking. I thought it seemed like they were taking anybody in.
Yeah, I think they're limiting it because they put a post up saying that they had a really good response from it, and I think they're worried about time.
Well,
feeding into because now they're potentially doing two competitions. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, then maybe they should have accounted for that, knowing they're probably going to get a good response because there's a lot of guys that want to show off.
Yeah.
So
regardless,
I'm
not technical enough to do a daytime comp. I've done daytime comps. I've done okay. By like the grace of God, I've gotten lucky. I'm just not technical enough to hit, do your reverse pyro flipping loop. I remember that was one of the qualifications at the Ohio event. I like mucked it up and just did like a pyro flipping loop and then I like squared it off. Like I I really can't do any of the technical stuff that they're like, hey, we want to see this. I'm just
the known
not,
maneuvers or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
I'm explosive and violent and can fly low.
Well,
And
that's
like, I equate like my night flights to like a rock show. Like they're fun. But if you like analyze them on paper, yeah, I'm not the most technical. I like doing TikToks that are on the fucking deck, touching the ground. I'm not gonna be doing reverse chaoses, looping. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, but
your
and I
flights are
realize
more
that-
catered to the King of the Midnight Sun style.
yeah.
More of that style is more your flight style.
Aaron's
Yeah,
flying is very entertaining, in your face. Like, well, I shouldn't say in your face. It's not even like that, but it is
safely
on the deck, smack the shit out of it, and hope to God the hell he's either going to hold on for dear life and make it through the flight, or hopefully it's not going to be too bad when it does go in.
And like the reason I say that is, and I have one guy in name specifically because I had seen him get so good so quick. I remember again at the Ohio competition, they had given us the known maneuvers. I kind of laughed at it because this was like my first time flying again in like a year and a half. I did okay through the competition, but then I remember shout out Jeremy Lorenzo. When it came to the known maneuvers, he just banged them out. Like he practices that stuff, and I remember looking back to it, like his Ircha, his daytime, I forget what it was, but the flight, not the Battle of the Brands, but whatever the equivalent
Hours.
was. Yeah, something like that. He is, and I remember I think I said to my dad while we were sitting there, he is insanely technical. He is, if you watch him fly, he reverses everything he can do left, he can do right. Everything he can do forward, he can do back. Like he is controlled. He's technical. He's a really, really, really good competition pilot. I am just not that. I don't have that in me. I feel like an old dog at this point. So I commend the guys that can do that. Because I always enjoyed kind of hopping on the sim and learning new movements. But if I have to sit there and think too hard about something, I give up. And that's where these guys have the dedication for that shit. So when you start getting technical in the comps, shout out to the guys like Jeremy Lorenzo and all the newer technical guys because they are skillful.
You're just your style is sort of just lay it the fuck down and get the crowd pumped.
Yeah, he's a fun fly pilot.
Yeah.
Well, if you
not a competition pilot.
Absolutely.
Even going back to some of my old demos and night flights, like I loved in that time, like spool the heli up on the ground, get the head speed, max high, turn around and amp the crowd up. And it was more of like again, it felt like I grew up watching like Bobby Watts, Burt Kemmer, all their night flights from like the early Dalcon shit. So I was like, you got to make it a party. You got to get people into it.
Right.
And that's still what keeps me going in helis is that not necessarily let's go out and show off because I'll be paying for my own crashes now. But I think that fact of that adrenaline, the explosive, let's blow off some steam and fuck some shit up. That's like what keeps me interested in helis. Even if I'm at the field alone, I'll be flying an inch off the ground. Like that is my favorite thing.
Yeah. He does, unfortunately.
So let me ask this: are you bringing the cowbells and the air horns with you to Ircha this year?
Oh yeah.
I have a bullhorn.
Bringing heckling back.
Oh my god, yeah, we were doing that last year. We were walking up and down with the your little bullhorn.
Yeah, I have a bullhorn. I'll have with me.
Oh, your heckling game was weak last year.
You weren't there. We weren't there when the foreigners were.
Well, you weren't there.
That smells a challenge.
Yeah.
You weren't there when one of the Ircha guys came up and yelled at me for speaking my mind about some of the night flying. So
no, I was not there for that.
Yeah, I may have gotten yelled at once or twice by somebody involved with the fireworks. So
oh well,
I had to stop the heckling, unfortunately.
That was also
so just to clear the air. Sorry, Bob.
Okay.
The expert class. This is from Ircha's website. It says open entry. Link. You're supposed to send them your name, number, email, blah blah blah. Send them a link to a 2 to 3 minute audition video filmed within the last 6 months. Only 10, which has been now moved to 15. So only 15 pilots will be selected to compete live at the Jamboree. Winners will receive a trophy and sponsor donated prizes. And the deadline for submissions is the 15th of July.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
read
out.
it that way.
So yeah, it's
Interesting.
open, but only so many spots
Yeah.
you audition for.
I think they should do something where along the lines, and if anybody's listening, take this where, you don't do a big production, you don't do a big thing, maybe scale it down and give them 2 or 3 minutes from beginning to end. And, instead of doing a whole thing and you got 2 to 3 minutes, whatever, lay it down, do what you can, and then you move on and you're off and the next pilot's up. And if they would do that, they could actually rip quite a few pilots through in a short period of time. But that's just my 2 cents.
I think that's easier to say than to actually do, though. I mean, everybody wants to throw in that extra last maneuver or auto. That's challenging to keep under control, unfortunately.
Nope. If you give a 3-minute time limit and you go over and you're 301, you're just DQ'd. Done.
DQ'd. Yep. There you go.
That's it.
So I'm breezing through the rules here, and they got some interesting stuff that I've never seen before. They have a yellow card rule. So during the competition, each pilot has the option to invoke a yellow card, which allows for a reflight under specific conditions. This is intended as a safety net for those who crash early due to mistakes or equipment failure. So if you crash within the first minute, you can use a yellow card. Anything after a minute, you can't use it.
Nah. No.
Yeah.
If you crash, you're done.
So it's like a mulligan.
Yeah. No. If you crash, you're done. You had your chance. Move on to the next one.
That's like, oh, somebody got too excited and too gung-ho in their first minute. Here, come back, buddy. Here.
That's like when I was doing the KST thing, those guys used to tease me and tell me I had to go do a demo flight. And I was like, I'll just spool it up to, Mach 100 and just roll it right over and go, oh, man, sorry, you guys were about to see a hell of a show. What a shame. Like, I am not a demo pilot. No way.
Yeah.
I'm a fly maybe once, twice a day guy and sit and hang out.
So if you do your night flying, Aaron, and you lay it down, you're gonna do a throwback to the behind the back thing like you used to do?
Yeah, that's corny now though. Everyone realizes that's easy.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know about that.
That was cool. Like I did that when it was like I saw like Raquel Below doing it, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, how's she doing that?" Now it's kind of common sense. It's the same. It's just behind your back,
Now, a lot of people still don't realize that because there was just a whole post going on that recently with a whole lot of people talking about how hard it can be and because it's behind your back and all this other stuff. And I caught some shit because I said, well, it's really no different. The maneuvers are the same. You're holding the controller, you're just not looking at it, but it's still the same. And I basically simplified it and had guys jumping on me for it. And I said, because my kid used to do it. And the best part was Raquel jumped in and she's like, no, Bob's absolutely right. She goes, it's basically a circus trick. It's not as hard as it looks. It was just kind of funny because a lot of guys still think that's kind of a hard thing to do. I think it's just
you gotta level it up. I want to see someone like one arm push up and climb a tail slide or hold a plank for the whole series of their flight, or something cool.
Man, Mr. CrossFit over here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I want to see that.
I have been working out a little more.
Make CrossFit cool again.
Yeah, I want to see you do a plank and then do a real high climb out like that. That's how you can do that one. You freaking exorcist and roll your head around or what?
It's the same as like doing a tail slide at night. When you go out of the lights, you just go off of sound. You can just kind of base it off that.
You've been drinking already, haven't you?
Not at all. 1 cup of coffee, brother. That's it.
So I seen a video on Facebook of this guy who flies airplanes with what he calls a pencil. Have you guys seen that?
No.
So he has this pencil. It's his radio, and it must have some kind of gyro sensor in it or something. If he tips it forward, it'll go down. Tips it back, it goes up. Twists it, it'll do rudder inputs. And he's just standing there moving this stick around, flying an airplane.
Interesting.
So we need to see somebody tearing it up with the pencil, is what I'm getting at.
I don't know about that. It sort of sounds almost like a Curtis Youngblood type of deal.
No, it's literally a yellow stick.
No, that's what I mean. I don't know is it legit though, or is it something that's just kind of? I'd kind of want to.
I'll find a video while you guys are chatting.
Is it legit, or is the real pilot just standing 50 yards behind them and no one's looking at him?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's hard to tell that in a video, but
that's funny. Do you remember it's funny you bring that up. We did a demo. Oh my God, at It was for the shop. It was for some sort of disabled group. I'm gonna mess this up.
No.
It was like
you
cerebral palsy or something like that.
For your dad.
Yeah.
We faked that a guy was flying a quarter scale plane and he lost control of it mid-flight, and someone from the crowd, aka me, a random guest, quote unquote, had to run in and save the plane, and it looked like someone who had never flown before, a little kid, saved this guy's plane. Do you remember that?
I have it on video.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was they basically, he was really little. It was pretty funny, and they had it all prearranged, and everybody from the crowd, because there was a lot of kids and stuff that were there. So he just sort of intermixed with all the kids, and they said, "We need somebody who hurry up. We need somebody who can come." And he comes running up, and they're like, "Have you ever flown before?" And he's like, "Well, no." And he has, obviously. And they hand a controller, and the guy who's really controlling it was a hell of a pilot, and he just starts doing some weird stuff to make it look like, Aaron had no control. And within like 30 seconds, all of a sudden was doing like some 3D maneuvers and doing some other stuff, and it was really pretty funny.
Yeah, he was like almost touching the tail in the field, bringing it across this massive plane right in our face.
The crowd was loving it. They thought it was real. Yeah, we
did that at a airplane event a couple of years ago at some EDF jets, and basically we asked if any of the kids wanted to fly, like ages like 5 through 10. And we just kind of gave them a dummy radio and kind of, mocked, explained to them what the controls did. And then all of a sudden, they would, quote unquote, take off and fly around, and they'd have just the biggest smile on their face. But it was obviously somebody else flying. But that's sometimes how you get kids hooked nowadays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just hook, lined, and sinkered. We got them.
So what?
Oh, go ahead. I dropped the video in the chat.
All right. Well,
I know this isn't good podcast material, but look at the little clip picture and tell me if that looks like a guy that would pull the wool over your eyes. I mean, his name's Johnny Pencil for goodness sakes.
Yeah. Looking at that, I just looking at his picture. Yeah, it's fake.
This guy's full of shit. I can tell.
He don't look like a con artist at all.
No,
this guy's full of shit.
If he's like faking it, he's pretty dedicated because he's got a whole YouTube channel for it.
He's throwing that stick like 1.5 feet, 2 feet radius in the air, and the ailerons, elevator, rudder, everything's barely moving, and it's all moving together.
Yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, it's under Johnny-Pencil, and it looks like it's Pencil Flies T28. So if you want to go check it out, but I haven't watched it, but I'm just looking at the thumbnail of the video here, and yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to get him to come out to our next Fun Fly.
There you go.
That was AI before AI was a thing.
Yeah. Right. That's for sure.
That dude looks like he lives in Florida.
What do you guys think of, I haven't seen anything other than one food vendor listed, other than obviously I'm sure we're going to have, probably Papa John's as always.
Yeah, we've got, they're going to have Papa John's there as normal. There's going to be a barbecue food truck there, I believe, on Saturday.
That's what I was just going to say. It's Twisted Express Barbecue. So I saw they have that. They says breakfast, lunch, and dinner for Saturday. But is that the pilot dinner for Saturday, or is that something else?
No, the pilot's dinner this year, I guess, is... You remember the Swarm Party guys?
Yeah.
The KC Whirly Birds, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember if that's... It might be a different club, but I thought it was the Swarm guys. They're doing the pilot's dinner. They're cooking burgers and stuff like that.
Okay, that's what I thought I had
seen. For the pilot's dinner.
And then now
if it's them. If it's not them, I apologize to whoever's doing it.
Yeah, and then when I saw this,
I thought it was them.
This Twisted Express are saying, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I started thinking was that going on then too? So it looks like we're going to have some pretty good food choices on site. Hopefully that taco truck will be around. That was there last year. That was over near the near the control line when they were doing some stuff over that way.
I think they're going to try to get them maybe at least on Friday, from what I've heard. And then there's going to be a dinner, I think, on Thursday evening at Center Stage as well. Sounds like they're gearing up for a big Thursday night.
So it's sort of like a throwback of what the Swarm Party used to be, because I think that was I don't know if that was Thursday or Friday night, because that's the one where they're going to do the rum balls and everything again.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're doing is what it seemed like to me. I may be wrong, but it seemed like they were trying to turn like the pilot's dinner time into like what the Swarm Party was.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Maybe we'll
I'm for it, man. Because last year, like by the time we got down there what I wouldn't really consider late by any means. We got to the dinner table and there was nothing left.
Well, yeah.
Like there was literally no pilot's dinner left.
Yep, same. Well, everything was, they were running late and they told us, oh, just check back in a little bit, and we came back when they told us and pretty much everything was gone.
Yeah, there was
wow,
like a couple green beans left in a pan. That was just pretty much it. Like there was no meat left, and
yep.
I'm not going to complain. It was a good excuse for me to go get tacos and elote. So
I guess. And
as this new board is continuing to build things with Ircha, the more pilots they get, the more extras that they're going to do, from what I've heard. So as entries continue to rise, there might be more food truck options as well.
Yeah.
So it's all about the participation as well.
So now I know some of the board members are, I don't want to say getting burned out, but they're very busy. Like Bert, I know, he's busy with his business. He's got a lot going on, and he's been putting a ton of time in, with helping bring Ircha back around, as well as some of the other guys. And I know they keep talking about looking for other board members. Have any of you guys considered doing something like that? Would that be something any of you would be interested in?
Me, no.
Yeah, same.
No, I have way too much on my plate running our club that we have here locally.
Yeah.
Maybe if I wasn't doing that, I might consider trying to help out, because I'm all about trying to keep the hobby going. You know what I mean? But
I don't mind helping out. I don't mind helping out and volunteering where I can, but unfortunately, at my stage in life, I just don't have the amount of time necessary to fully commit to that. But I do know there will be a board meeting there at Ircha this year, where people can, share their thoughts and express concerns, and just to continue to keep it growing.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that. Nice.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. Kind of like a town hall sort of thing.
As far as like being at the event, since I'm going there Monday, if they need help, setting up tents or whatever, I'm willing to help out with some stuff before the event starts. But once the event starts, I don't want to be, I'm going there to get away from doing stuff at our own field. You know what I mean? That's kind of like my getaway where I get to sit and relax.
Yep.
Because every single fun fly that we do, I'm running around like a maniac. And, I would love to be able to do that and help them, but that's, unfortunately for me, that's where I go to not do that stuff, where I get to be the guest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the CD at an event pretty much stands for chaos director, not really a contest director. It's a lot more work than a lot of people realize.
Absolutely. I wouldn't mind doing the Ircha board, except the time. I don't think I would have enough time to do it properly, and and to do the position any justice. And that would be my only thing.
And maybe,
if I had more time,
maybe
or
enough
was retired
people
or something like that.
Share that concern.
What's that?
I think, Bob, with enough people that share that concern of maybe not enough time, they may start, doing multiple people for something. Or if you can help here, that would be perfect. And maybe it's a larger board of people that will, that are able to help throughout the year at some points, or promote the event, rather than just having a group of 4 or 5 men and women. Maybe it will take a larger group of people to continue to help make this grow.
Yeah, but however, if you get too many people, that's when problems start occurring, and you're going to have more people trying to butt heads and more opinions, and I think it'd be harder to get stuff done. And I know for myself, I'm one of those people that if you can't do it right and at 110%, it's not going to be worth doing it.
Sure.
And that's why I think that's the only reason I wouldn't do it. If I was semi-retired or, had more time on my hands, I think I'd probably do it, absolutely. And I hope some other people do step up that have some time to be able to do it. But I think the guys that are doing, I think they're doing a pretty good job so far with everything. So, and I hope it keeps going that way.
Yeah.
Yes, they're bringing it back for the pilots. And that's key.
Would you do it, Aaron?
If you would have asked me when I was in that really core era of flying, when I was that maybe 16 to, old enough to help, 16 to 18, 16 to 19, probably. At this point, and it's such a cop-out answer, I feel even dumb even saying it, but again, just time. At the point of life I'm at right now, I barely have time for everything I have going. let alone, all that extra. Again, like you said, if you're going to do it right. Right now, I'm in the middle of like what's taking all my extra time is the work, and it's such a cop out answer, but me and a couple of buddies, we just started an official drift team. So we've been all trying to build our cars together, trying to make some events this year in the last ditch effort. So we've really been putting a lot of time into that. So all my time has really been focused on making real drifting happening. So unfortunately, helis just don't have or being able to support the events for helis just really is not, unfortunately, in the cards at the moment.
Yeah, I hear you. It goes back to that whole adulting sucks. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's for good reasons. Like I said, I just need to delegate out my phone, and I realize if I want to be able to have reliable enough cars to go to an event and drive with friends and actually have an official team like we're now doing, and we're making it fully official, I want to, I want to do it right. So I don't want to go and half-ass it.
Okay, so I know. Are you doing the team name that you had talked about?
Team Beans, baby.
Team Beans is your drift team. Wow.
Team Beans. We're doing. Found a guy. He's gonna do them relatively cheap. We have 3 cars in our team. I'm building an E46 right now. We have another guy with an E46, and my best friend with Miata. We're all going to do matching Team Beans liveries.
Well, wait a second. Wait, the livery's going on the E46?
Yeah, the E46 is getting...
What about the Lexus?
The Lexus is a fun street car. It drives 2 events. It can drive events, but it's my cruiser fun, let's just drive to a drift event and drink and hang out car.
It's your baby, and you don't want to hurt her anymore.
What's that?
I said, it's your baby, and you don't want to hurt her anymore.
Yeah, I don't mind wadding up an E46 on track. I don't want to wad up the SC.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. You've had that car for quite a while, and it is a pretty cool car. All right. Who else has any thoughts about Ircha or any other topics?
I think the big thing is come and have fun. Don't go to compete. Don't go to... I realize, especially now in the era we're in because again, I've been there of content creation. Don't go and a lot of people, I've unfortunately known people that do this. Don't go and run up and down the flight line for sponsors. Go and have fun. Fly. Do you. Make it a vacation. Don't make it I'm going to run around and show off and get sponsors, because sponsors even realize that and you look dumb. Have fun and let your flying do the talking. Just don't make it...
All skill levels can come out.
Yes.
I know so many people that get nervous flying around big groups, and it's just like, we all have an individual box to fly in. If all you can do is hover, then great. Come out and hover. We've all been there.
Yep.
Yeah. If you have a Blade 450 and you just want to hover, bring it out.
Yep. Exactly.
It'll be good. And
it's a great place to get help with like setups and any of that. I think they're planning on a couple seminars again this year. I think like Nick Maxwell is going to be out there to do a seminar on the new JR, the Trinity. So all that, it's still a neat place to go just to check out some of the new stuff. Just to hold new radios or new product and just get setup help. A lot of these guys and girls that are flying are fly at clubs that are primarily airplane pilots, so they don't get some of the help that other guys get. So this is a great place to come and get that bird flying real well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you're coming for the first time, I always hear people on their first trip out there that, oh, I'm not going to bring a heli. I'm just going to watch, Yeah. Bring a helicopter because you're going to regret it,
Yeah, that lasts about an hour, then you want to start flying.
Yeah, if you're worried about going out there and flying with all the people or whatever, come find one of us. I'll go out there and hover my ass off with you if that's what it takes for you to, get your stuff flying out there.
Yeah. Not to mention AMA headquarters is huge. So you don't even have to fly on the main flight line if you are that nervous or that new. If you aren't comfortable with it, there are so many areas to fly that you have all kinds of opportunities.
Yep, absolutely.
And a big thing, kind of what Kyle touched on, as far as seminars, even personally, if you see someone throw down a good flight and you need help, do not be afraid to reach out for help. I can't tell you how many people I've helped something as simple as just made in helicopter. You get people who are at Ircha who see everyone flying. Maybe they bring new machine out. They're scared. They're timid, or it's a new setup. They might have some questions. If someone offers you, hey, can you test fly this, or can you help with setup? Can you just help? Most people are super, super down to help. And if someone newer sees their stuff being flown confidently, 9 times out of 10 they'll go out. So I think just kind of help people as needed. Because I can't tell you how many people that we've got flying just through, oh, I'm too nervous to go out, I just want to see this thing maidened. You throw a maiden on it and they're good to go. So any little setup help, even don't be afraid to ask the guy in the pits next to you for whatever you need.
Yeah. If you see me rolling around, I mean, again, I may fly like a bitch because it's just I'm not that good at flying. I admit it, but I do know how to do setup, get your heli going, and do a lot of that stuff. The mechanical side of it, I'm pretty good with Icon and Spectrum, and the older Beast X setups and some of that stuff. So if you see me and you need help, feel free to ask me. Happy to help you out. I'm going to be there. From Monday, which is the 4th, or is that the 4th or the 6th? I actually forget now. But that Monday of the event, and then I'm going to be there to Sunday. So I'll be there all week. I'll be in a camper on site, and somewhere down along the lines of past, if you're going down the road, past center stage area on the right-hand side of the grass, down that way somewhere. So cruise around, come find me. I'll either be in a golf cart or my e-bike cruising around. Can't miss me. I'm the big dude cruising around. So feel free to ask me any questions. What's that?
I said we only work or help for alcohol, though.
No, that's not true. I don't. I actually, oddly, lately, with some of the stuff I'm on, I tried to drink. When I went out to Ohio, we went out to eat, and it was the first beer I had in like 2 months. Didn't even like it. I had a struggle to get one beer down. So.
I mean, you did get a Yingling, so.
Hey. Well, that's usually what I like.
Watch the Yingling slander.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, I'm not working for alcohol, but lately, I need to work on the health, so I have a lot of water. I might have some rum and coke at night, maybe, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, feel free to find me. Happy to help you out where I can.
I just realized something, Bob. You're going to be proud of me because I'm pretty sure that this year, as long as it stays around, my Nitron 90 may be the first helicopter that's made it to 2 Irchas in a row with me.
Wow. Is it going to be fixed and flying by then?
Oh yeah, it's already fixed.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you couldn't find some parts you needed for it.
I ordered some from some place in Canada, and then like the day after I ordered them, they Heli Direct sent me a thing because I had them send me a notification when they come back in stock.
Yeah.
And the day after I ordered them from Canada and paid all the overpriced shipping and everything, they're like, "Oh, hey, your parts you're looking for are back in stock."
Nice. So, yeah, that's usually the way it goes.
I got them from Heli Direct. They're already on there, and I still don't have my order from Canada. So.
Yeah, there you go. Those Canadians, eh?
Yeah.
But unless you're coming to Ircha and you're a heli pilot, then we like you. If you're not, then
stay in Canada. Only for a week.
Yeah, we only like you for a week. Then go the hell home.
Yeah, take your Timmies and go home.
Real quick, too, while we're still recording, I would just want to make a correction. I wanted to do just 20 more seconds of digging on this Johnny Pencil guy.
Oh, geez.
I want to make a redaction. I apologize. He's right. He looks like has actually done a lot with this pencil gyro technology on a lot of different things. So
that's right. Don't knock Johnny Pencil.
I take back my he's full of shit. I was wrong. Looks like he might know a thing or two what he's doing.
Yep.
Anybody that wears a cowboy hat like that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, yep. You're right. You are right.
I'm pretty sure it's a snakeskin cowboy hat he's wearing.
Johnny Pencil might be his OnlyFans name as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Zing.
Hey, heli parts aren't cheap.
This is true. You got to figure it out somewhere, right? All right, guys. Well, if we've got nothing else to go over, I think we've pretty much worn everything out. We appreciate everyone for listening. If you want to cop any merch, feel free to go. I'll have a link in the description. It's at bonfire.com /full package RC. And you'll be able to find it there. Or like I said, I'll have the link in the description. If you want to contact us for anything, it is fullpackagerc@gmail.com. Again, I'll have that link in the description as well. Yeah, so we appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate the support. Thank you to Kyle for joining us tonight, along with Mike and Aaron.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a good time as always. If you want to learn more about Kyle, we did have him on as a guest where we actually interviewed him to learn about him. I should have said this at the beginning of the show, but so you can search back through our history, find the episode with him, and you can learn all about Kyle, his flying, his love of RC, all the different paths of RC, and how his wife is involved as well. So, but again, we look forward to seeing all you guys out at Ircha, and come find us. I still have a couple smaller full package shirts left. I haven't got a restock on those. But I do have a bunch of jet tags, so if you see me and you want a jet tag, give me a shout. Happy to hook you up with one. That being said, thank you guys for being here, and we will see you in the next one. All right, guys. Later.
It's be everyone at Ircha.
See you guys.